Welcome to musicgigsontheside.com. Today we're going to show you how to build a website for your band or your music or really anything else you want a website for, really, and it'll take about 5 minutes or less. But first we're going to show you and talk about a few things maybe to help you get set up. First, let's talk about the time that it takes to build a website. Today we're just getting the website hosted and we're getting the website up and running. It will be built. You will have a place that you can send people. And the web page will have your band name and the URL and the title of your homepage. That band name all of that stuff will be in there and ready to go and up and running so that it will be hosted and you can send somebody there. However, customizing your web page with specific pictures or a specific layout, or maybe you want to put your music on there, maybe you want some videos that you want to put on there. It takes a few more steps and a little bit more time. You might not even have those pictures yet. You might not even have the music that you want to put up there, or you may not have made those recordings. So you need to take a little bit of time and make those recordings, and we'll show you how to customize your website and get those things up there. It might even take you a little bit longer to go through these steps that we present here today, but we just want to show you that you can have a website up and running and be able to send somebody there with just a few short clicks of a mouse and entering a little bit of your information. So check out our other tutorials detailing website configuration at musicgigsontheside.com, and if they're not up yet, they will be, we promise. Okay, also, let's talk a little bit about why we like Bluehost so much. Well, they're obviously the best. Their customer service is impeccable. We use them for all of our websites. They are always available. You can always call them and talk to them or get in touch with them via their live chat sessions. I've done that on multiple occasions, and it's really for things that, I'm not a super web developer or coder or anything like that. It's probably for things that somebody that was a coder or had computer science degree or something like that could figure out. But if I can't figure it out, I just get in touch with them and they're always available. Their servers are also almost always up and running. So therefore your website is almost always up and running. If they're planning on a maintenance outage, they definitely let you know, and it is never for a long time, and it's probably at a time of day that you won't even notice it anyway. Somebody, across the world might, but you won't. There's also no contract. You can cancel your service at any time and get the prorated portion of your money back. Therefore, if you sign up today for 3 years worth of hosting, you can use it for a month, and if your band breaks up or something like that, you can call Bluehost, you can cancel your hosting service, and they will give you those 2 years and 11 months of your money back, and no questions asked. Therefore, it might only cost you $5–10 to have a website up for about a month. We will get into the expenses of having a website for your music or band in another portion or on our website somewhere else in another post or something. But you can always cancel and you can always get your money back with Bluehost. So for now, if you want to, head on over to musicgigsontheside.com/Bluehost to get started, but we're going to show you a few other things here. And as you can see here, we have our web page up here, musicgigsontheside.com, and we also have another tab over here that's a domain name search, and it's called instantdomainsearch.com. And this is a great website because what you can do over here where it says search for your domain name is enter what URL you want or what domain name you want to use. Most likely this is probably your band name. Hopefully it is your band name anyway. And you can see if that band name is available to have as a website URL. So let's say we wanted to call ourselves the Beatles. Obviously the Beatles.com is taken. And that's shown with this red who is thing over here. That's a whole different thing, but the red that shows up means that thebeatles.com is a website that's taken, obviously. What if we wanted to call ourselves the Beatles Cover? Well, the BeatlesCover.com is also taken. What if we wanted to call ourselves the BeatlesBestCover.com? The BeatlesBestCover.com is actually available, and it can be bought, that website, that URL, for $1.99 is what that's saying anyway. That's probably $1.99 a year or something like that is how most of these works out. They're usually $5 to $15 a year in order to buy that URL, in order to have that. But the BeatlesBestCover.com is available. Let's check out what I want. Let's see. Teddy J. TeddyJ.com is actually taken. I don't know who has it, but TeddyJMusic.com is not. TeddyJBand.com is also not. So you can go in here very quickly to Instant Domain Search and check to see if the URL that you want to use, the domain name that you want to use, is actually available for you to use. So go ahead on over there. Go ahead, check that out. Put your band name in. Check to see if the domain name that you want to use is actually available. And from there, we will get ready to rock and roll here in just a couple minutes. Over on the left-hand side over here, I will have a timer pop up in just a minute. Head on over to musicgigsontheside.com for right now, though, and because this is where we will be starting from. If musicgigsontheside.com changes, the pictures might change. As I said, the configuration might change, but this Bluehost link that's over here on the right-hand side of the web page will always be there. So let's go ahead and get the timer up, get the timer started, and click on that Bluehost link. That will bring us from there over to Bluehost.com so we can get started. Click on Get Started Now. Brings us to the next web page. That domain you just searched for, go ahead and enter that new domain in over there. Go ahead and click Next. Congratulations, the domain you have requested is available. So go ahead and put in your information. Obviously that domain is available. We just saw it on instantdomainsearch.com. I have an autofiller here, so that's helping me out a little bit. But go ahead and put your account information in and scroll down to package information. I'm going to choose the 36-month price for right now. As I said, you can go ahead and cancel that at any time and get your money back. It will actually charge you for the whole 36 months up front. You might end up paying $150 to $200 on this first bill, depending on what you select. I also like these Domain Security, the Site Backup Pro, and the Domain Whois Privacy. We'll talk about that a little bit later, but I like to have that stuff and pay for that stuff. So let's scroll on down. Go ahead and put your credit card information in over here. Here is my password, my 1Password autofill thing coming up in order to put my credit card information in. And when that's done, you can head down here, make sure that I confirm box is checked, and hit Next. That will bring us to Welcome to Bluehost. Your purchase was successful and a confirmation email will be sent. Choose a password for your account. Now this is a password for your Bluehost hosting account where you can get into the back end of your hosting. Once you do that, you choose a password, put in your password over here, and another password. The guidelines will show up down below. Click Create. And that will bring you to this web page that is asking you to log in. So that password that you just created for Bluehost, it comes up probably with the URL right over here. If not, go ahead and type in that URL. And then go ahead and put that password that you just created in down here. And as you go ahead and put that password in, you can then go ahead and click on Login. That should bring you over to this website here. Now, it comes up with a little video, tutorials, things like that, but I'm going through that with you. So click Home to get rid of that video. That video is still over here on the left, but scroll down. They have a whole bunch of tools in here, but we're going to go over to this thing over here that's called cPanel. That cPanel will also bring up a whole bunch of tools, and we want the WordPress website builder. Click on that. And that will automatically start opening this Mojo account, loading a Mojo account, and this Mojo Marketplace. And this Mojo Marketplace has website builders and everything. So start a brand new install of WordPress. Now, then it says select your domain. That's the domain I want. Now it's going to check, and it's going to check and see if anything else is installed on there, and there probably is. So click that, say oops, and go ahead, new install, and I also like to see the advanced options. Now, I like to see the advanced options because I like to make a new admin or username and password for WordPress. You're going to have a few different passwords to remember here. One is going to be your Bluehost username and password, and this is going to be your WordPress username and password, and we'll get into that in a little bit. But WordPress is basically where you're going to be doing all of the configuration of your website. So go ahead and click on install now once you have all that stuff input, and it'll say loading, and then the website will change a little bit, and down here it'll say install status installing. And it's installing WordPress on teddyjmusic.com. Now, like I said, I had to hit the oops check box before. It basically, Bluehost probably has something on there that says, this is hosted by Bluehost or whatever. This website is not available for you to get, or, you know, there's nothing on here yet. Well, and so that's why you checked that, because there's something already on there. We're putting a brand new install of WordPress on there so that we can go ahead and configure the website with the things that we want. So Bluehost is basically everything to do with your hosting. Oh, and there we go. The install process is done. And as you can see here, access your new install of WordPress. Site URL is teddyjmusic.com. The login URL is teddyjmusic.com/wpadmin. And I clicked on that and opened it in a new tab, the site URL anyway, teddyjmusic.com. There you go. As you can see over there in the timer, it has taken less than 5 minutes for this site to be built, up, and running. The title is up there. In the upper left, it's called Teddy J Music. Hello World is the first post that's on there. You might want to change that to say, gig this Friday night at wherever. Those are the configuration things that you'll have to go through. That stuff is very easy to do. Maybe you want to put a picture up at the top. Maybe you want to change the entire WordPress, you know, the entire look of this website. That's probably not how you want it to look. So you know, you can see that the URL is up here as teddyjmusic.com. If you want to change the look of your website and configure it, you want to use the login URL. That is teddyjmusic.com/wpadmin. Yours will be whatever your band name is /wpadmin. So let's open it in a new tab instead of a new window. And that username and password that you just created when you were doing your WordPress install is what you'll use here. And that's kind of why I like checking on advanced when we do that install, is due to the fact that otherwise it creates this stuff for you. I like to pick my own. So here is where that brings you, and it brings you to this WordPress dashboard. The dashboard is what you'll use, and you'll see all this stuff like updates and posts and media and pages. You can go down to settings and general, and dashboard is where you'll change things so that the things on your site show up differently. So right now I'm going to change the site title. I'm going to change it to Teddy J Band. Now, and then I'm going to scroll down here in order to do that and hit Save Changes. This will not change the URL of your web page. The web page that I have here will still be teddyjmusic.com. I just changed the site title. So to look at what that does, let's go over here and let's click Refresh. And in the upper left-hand corner, you'll notice that it says Teddy J Band over there instead of Teddy J Music. So the site title is now Teddy J Band. That's just the title that shows up when somebody goes to this web page that is teddyjmusic.com. So as you can see, the WordPress dashboard over here is what you'll actually use to do the configuration and change some things around with how you want your website to actually look. We will get into that with future tutorials. In the next tutorial, I will show you all about changing the themes of your web page and getting it to look how you want. So go ahead on over to musicgigsontheside.com/Bluehost and get rocking and rolling and get started now.